Joe the M77 here again, bringing you a vlog from a very very wet South Africa, very wet British Isles. I'm hoping that along this road it's flooded to about 2 feet deep, which it usually is when it pees it down here. So I'm going to take you along with me, and as long as the audio is picking up, because it sucks, I'm going to show you how to ride through a flood. Kill switch. Alright, here we go. Now tips for riding in the wet. Right, front brake and back brake. If you've got a brake in the wet, then you should always use the brakes with equal pressure. So you put your back brake on and your front brake on, and until the time you really need to use it, you should use engine braking to slow the bike down. Other things, you can't lean as far as you'd like in the wet. If you do, your tyres are liable to let go, because there's all kinds of shit that's on the road when it rains. You know, you get oil, you get diesel, don't know what to state there. There's a little bit of flooding up here. Good. So you just want to sort of go steady, don't act like a hero, and be safe. With the brake, make sure you apply both brakes with equal pressure. Even more emphasis on the back than the front. If you lose the back, you can get it back. If you lose the front, you can't. Right, so let's see what's around this corner. And yep, here we have a flood. Right, so you want your engine to rev pretty high. Lift your feet up if you have to. It's gone all over my leg. And there you go. There's another one usually up here. Well, I can't see a thing, so I've just steamed up. It wasn't that fun. I just went through a flood. It's usually much worse here, but today's not too bad. Although we've had about a couple of inches of rain already. There's an ex-hurricane that's going over at the minute. It's dumping a load of rain. The wind, hopefully. I like windy days. The boss has given me the afternoon off work because everything's outside and it's so wet and flooded that I can't actually do anything. I'm wearing, at the minute, look at the traffic behind me because I'm dawdling. I've got 2 pairs of waterproof trousers. I've got my jacket, which has got the weatherproof lining in it, and the not heated, that's the word I'm looking for. The thermal lining as well. On top of that jacket as well, even though it's waterproof, I'll just keep it from getting too wet. My gloves are fucking wringing wet and it's horrible, and the dye comes off when they get really wet. I've got a spare pair. It's always not good as well. Pardon me. To keep a spare pair of gloves, either in your bag or under your seat or something, because when you get wet gloves, you get what's called evaporative cooling, which even if the temperature is about sort of 8 or 9 degrees, because of the wind chill, your gloves might be about sort of freezing point, and it will cool your fingers off so badly that you won't be able to use your brakes or throttle or clutch properly. So you should always try and keep a spare pair of gloves if it's raining. Now, what are the tips? Anti-fogging spray or an anti-fogging insert for your visor is brilliant, because if you can't see, obviously that's a bad thing too. Look at these twats with their ABS fucking traction control behind me. No concept of what it is to fucking ride in the wet or drive in the wet. Yep, so that should go for. Also, don't just feather the throttle, don't sort of wring its neck, because you will win at wheel spin, especially with all the dirty crap at the roads. Another thing is, there's always going to be more diesel and oil and stuff when you come to a stop, so something like a set of traffic lights or a traffic island, a stop sign, something like that. It's where the cars stop for a few seconds and leak oil, or lorries leak oil, and that's where it can be quite slippy. So if you are coming up to a junction, just be aware of your braking and make sure you do it quite gently, and also avoid the middle of the road, because that's where if you look at the car in front, that's where all the drips are going to come from. So if you get your guide here where the tyre tracks are, there's not going to be as much oil and stuff in that area, so your braking will be much better. Also, if it's icy as well, or there's snow melt or what have you, the tyres will have warmed up that patch of road just very slightly, so you're less liable to get black ice or something on that bit of the road. Right, so hopefully that's given you a few tips on riding in the wet, and well, if you don't, hopefully won't have to do it like me, then it's always good to learn these things. If you've got any other comments that you can think of, then put them in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later.